y'all, it's 2023. Who is about to be 2024? Ooh, I can't wait. Well, one thing I wanted to talk about, and one thing I had to start doing, and that we need to continuously do, is take inventory. And I think we as people have to learn to take inventory more often than we do. But no good business does inventory once in a blue moon. No good business does inventory once a year. They might do that, but it's not good. Like the more often that you do inventory, you realize what happened, heck, who it was that might be possibly stealing, and where the problem started. When and where the problem started. More successful businesses. There's businesses out here that do inventory every day. Businesses that do them quarterly. Maybe some that do them once a month. There is nothing wrong with that. Taking inventory and precautionary measures aids you in knowing when and where the problem began. Like I said, now you missing 18 candles and you can't even begin to know what happened. What they say, when, where, and how. I wrote the stuff. Damn, I'm just looking at it. And I was reading in the story of when Jesus had to kick the people out because of their lack of faith and how it actually hindered the healing and miracle process, right? So you got to think of it too. This is why inventory is important. A lot of us actually have those same people around us. And now this is also why I say I can't tell you who to get rid of. Because I know what Jesus did was kick them out. Jesus kicked them out. Jesus kicked them out. And I think he brought them back in later. And if you feel that a person deserves that, who am I to tell you? Like, you know your relationship with that person better than I do. But that doesn't negate the fact that you still need to take inventory. And if their lack of faith actually hindered what Jesus was able to do, it can hinder yours too. And I was gonna make another video about this too, but again, I can't tell you what to do. I can only merely make, suggestions. But yeah, like I said, I can talk what I know. I've had some situations and some things happen to me before. So, and I say that because I feel that we as people sometimes, and I made a video in the past about how we as people need to open our mouth. Open your mouth. It's a lot of things that you actually received unbeknownst to you because honestly, I feel like I don't receive that. It's needed more often than you think. It's not. It really is. But that's another video, another can of worms, and some situations that happened to me regarding that. And I think I started doing that. I don't know if it was this year, but for real, something was just like, say, I don't receive that. Because the thing about it is, even unbeknownst to that person, just like Peter, right? He didn't know that he was being used. So sometimes we have friends and people around us that don't know that they're actually being used by the enemy to start a word curse. And this is also why we have to stay ahead of the enemy and pray these word curses away. Because unbeknownst to you, you received it and you wonder why you can't yield any fruit. Because now the enemy has sent somebody to start this word curse, and now it's like something just eating up everything. And a lot of times what we as Christians do is we'll cut the curse or cut the plant, which is the curse, but you still have to take the roots up. If you don't take the roots up, it's still there and it can still wreak havoc. And don't, you know, simple. You know what? I hear you, but I don't receive that. As simple as that. And if they get mad over that, okay, then I knew what you was up to. I know what you was up to at the end of the day. Because I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make that video because mm, okay. God will not be able to do everything for us, right? He gave us the tools, and it's like we're refusing to use them. And that's why Jesus was on the boat sleeping peacefully as he was. And this is also why I could also turn that story into this is why it's also important to take inventory of who you have around you and why it's important to have friends like good God fearing friends that are deep in the spirit that know their authority, that walk in their authority, know who they are and whose they are. And a lot of times a lot of people don't know who they are and whose they are. They lack a lot in life and psychologically, and then they try to put that on you. And that in essence can take you down or basically put like, ooh, I forgot. Ooh, I think I just read that. Ooh, what Bible verse is that? But it's like it puts an anchor on your foot and keeps bringing you down. Jesus assumed that they knew who they were and whose they were to then be able to open their mouth and tell the storm to go away. Because we forget how our mouth is a weapon too, for good and evil. So it was and is your job to stop these curses, right? And God will do the rest. If vindication needs to happen, he'll do that and let him discipline those people at how he sees fit. Don't get your hands dirty. He will do all that for you. We all know the saying, you have to teach people how to treat you. Right? Now, again, I can't tell you what to do, but I hope you're not down for anybody talking to you any kind of way because, people got this funny little thing about them. Oh, well, you ain't tell me it was hurt your feelings, so I thought it was okay to do. So they thought it was continuously okay to speak word curses over you. Now, I ain't saying fuss them out, cuss them out, but you got to tell people, I don't receive that, or please don't do that. Now, if you want to let people talk to you any and every kind of way, I get it. But it's 2024, baby. Everything is at stake. Every day. Stand up for yourself. What that song say? Sickness go away. I told the storm. Darkness go away. Now, if you can look back over your life, we've all had a negative friend, family member that seemed like they always spoke ill or spoke curses over your dreams and over your aspirations. And I think there's a difference. Because I think there's a difference between a person that will literally, and we've had people like this in our life, they will literally shoot every idea and dream down. It don't matter what it is. So I think there's a difference between someone that literally shoots everything down versus a person that can't see it. They might can't see it the way you see it or the way God gave it to you, but they love you enough, want to see you win. So they'll be there to help you if you need help. They'll give you the $200 to maybe get the LLC, or they'll always be a soundboard for you. You see what I'm saying? So there's a difference. Like, for instance, one might say, well, you 40, you 45, it might be time for you to give wrapping up. And it's fine. I love you. I don't know. I'm just the type of person, I just hate to shoot down somebody's dreams and aspirations because still at the end of the day, you don't know who it came from. Like sometimes for real, if you only had somebody to help you believe, yo. And I know some people might be like, it isn't my job to help somebody believe in they seven. No, but we all could use a pick me up though. I think we also in real life should be taking inventory, and we also should be taking inventory when it comes to the spirit, right? And I say that as far as prayer, because I've already put up the video regarding the gatekeepers and the prayer that Prophet Lovi actually spoke. So save that video, screen record it, download it to your phone, and keep saying that, because a lot of times you never know who that spiritual gatekeeper is, but we all have had them in our life. We've all had multiple in our life, because they will smile in your face behind your back. They're spewing word curses over your name and over your kids. Heck, it's people that have spewed word curses about you before you was even born out your mama's stomach. Let's be real about that. And a lot of times it'll be your auntie, your uncle now. You know that baby ain't gonna be nothing. Poor baby. Baby gonna be just like a daddy or something like, ooh, they do it every day. Like I would suggest, I'm not against have a prayer book, bro. If you come across a good prayer for a certain situation, like the spiritual gatekeeper prayer, write that down or download it in your phone, and you say it periodically. If not once a week, once a month, so you can stay ahead of the enemy. So again, start taking inventory. Also, when you pray, you can say certain prayers quarterly. I definitely wouldn't suggest once a year. Let's be better inventory takers. Let's be better. Say these certain prayers once a month to stay ahead of the enemy, so he can't even come. He can't even send nobody. Let's say you you might not have remembered to say it, or you had a conversation that you had with someone, and you walked away from that conversation and you were uncomfortable, or it just didn't make you feel right, or it just made you feel like, you ever walk away from some conversations and stuff, it just make you feel real low or heavy or something. Yo, pray. Pray. I was gonna make a video about that too. Y'all be missing stuff sometimes. Y'all be scared to pray in front of people at the store. When God send a signal, he needs you to pray in tongues. Is you gonna act like you scared in the store or not? Is you gonna speak tongues and set them angels to flight or not? And again, Peter didn't even know he was used by the enemy, y'all. So a lot of times these people don't know either. That's why you ain't got to get an attitude with them. Just be like, y'all don't receive it, and pray. Once you leave that situation, that conversation, you pray, you let go of any offense, to not then, go slander their name to everybody else. And you can still be cordial with them. I ain't saying you got to be friends. For I can't tell you who your friends should be. And that's why God says test the spirit. Test the spirit. Because one thing, the Holy Spirit, since it's in us, it uses your voice. So then once the enemy comes into us too, and it actually invades or oppresses or possesses us, he uses what? Your voice. For the most part, he uses your voice. That's why he says test the spirit. Because if both voices weren't the same, we wouldn't need to test the spirit. So yes, the enemy can use someone close, like Peter, to start a word curse. Someone close to you, like a family member, an associate, a friend, a co-worker, and you not even know it. And then you let it linger and it grows roots and you fail to rip it up. And like I said, I'm gonna make another video. I've become privy of a lot of things this year that people actually do. Honey, ooh, you gon' when I come out with that video, you gonna feel it in your sha na na. Okay. This year more than ever, I've been more moved to say I don't receive it. And a lot of times, me actually even saying that saved me from that eating up my 2024 fruit. And this is one thing I said this in the previous video too, and it might come across as harsh, but like real talk, like, and you ain't gotta do it in a mean way or mean spirited way, but I've had to ask people before, and I'm just being real, just speaking my experience in my life here as well, y'all. Again, I'm not saying do what I do, okay? But you know what? I've had to ask people, yo, who are you? I know you so and so, and God called you to do something, but who are you? See, this is where you got to be careful. People will come into your life and limit you. Because I know one thing, my God don't work on no limits, baby. The devil do. But you're not going to come into my life and try to limit me. And the enemy sets limits because he knows of your greatness. A lot of these enemies that are close to you, they know of your greatness. And they will try to limit the crap out of you. Like I'm just saying, it just be the audacity of people, for real, to part their crusty or moisturized lips to tell you what you can't be. It be family, it be friends. And that's a lot of times why I'm careful with again, you gotta be careful with your business. You have to be. Because family be the main ones that'll do you dirty, dog you out. Be careful. Like you for real, you ever had somebody say something crazy to you that was just from like left field and you just like, yo, are you okay? No, forget are you okay? Who are you? Cause baby, I know everything ain't a demon or not, but you better go on. And I'm gonna say this. It's like it's some people, and you know what? Now that I'm speaking it out loud, we all have been in a situation like this. But a lot of people don't get where they should and need to be because they don't want to do the work and they think God gonna do every little thing. That's not how that works. And those are the same people, in essence, that like this is their life in somewhat of a nutshell. Most people will have that car in the driveway or in the yard. It's such an eyesore. It's broken down. It look a hot mess. It don't even run. They keep saying they're going to work on it. They're going to do the work. They're going to do the work. They're going to do the work and never get to the work. And then they often wonder why they're in the same place. Or then what happens is they curse God. And he looking like, did you just, I know she did. What? I told her what to do 12 years ago. It's like we all have been there though, right? And a lot of people, what happens is sometimes even when you drinking only milk, right? You just need a little bit, you need more fuel than milk, okay? And a lot of times, in essence, what has happened with us Christians and why we are so far behind spiritually is because, in essence, a lot of Christians are in that car that's such an eyesore in their yard. Or a lot of times we're in the car, it's in park, but you pressing on the gas. You can't just get in the car and press on the gas. First of all, you got to crank it up. Second of all, you have to switch the gear. And a lot of people sitting in the car in park, they in park listening to the radio. Heck, and some people, not even some people, again, we all have been in somewhat of a situation like this. And some people are even living in reverse. Ooh, I think I done been there before for real. Oh, reverse. Only the revelation of who God truly is, who you are, and whose you are can bring you from reverse to drive and from park to drive to even go anywhere. And again, taking inventory is not always about throwing away. When you take inventory, it also makes you aware of what you do have and the lack thereof, right? And when you take inventory, it allows you to make an educated decision of what you even need, what might need to go, and what can stay, what's worth mending and fixing, and what needs to stay, what needs to be trashed, whatever. Again, I want us to start taking inventory. I can't personally, again, I don't want people to blame it on me. Well, you told me to know. I ain't tell you. I told you to take inventory. I can't tell you who to keep and who to trash. That is based on your life. I don't know what is going on in your life personally to tell you who to keep and who to trash or who to mend things with. I don't know. But even besides that, because like I say, I see things differently than you would, vice versa. Let's just start doing the work. Life is short, years are short. You can't stay in park. I don't want you to stay in park. God, who's most important, baby, can't do what he wants to do for you in park.